everyone. Hi, how are you all? It's been so long since I posted anything new year, and by new, I just got reminded of very happy new year to all of you. Finally, 2020 has ended. I don't know how we are in 2021, but finally we are here, and I hope this year is filled with positivity and love and productivity. And with these good thoughts in mind, let's just start this video. So, yes, I wanted to talk about my top 5 books from Agatha Christie. Now, Agatha Christie, you all are familiar with, mostly people are familiar with that she writes crime stories, crime mystery stories. So, she's known as the queen of crime, and she's written 80 novels on this and few plays. And one fun fact, one random fact is that she has written 6 novels under the name Mary Westcott, which is weird. I never knew. I just came to know this recently. So yes, I thought of sharing that. So my first book, let's get started. Now, my first book that I absolutely love from her and that got me into reading Agatha Christie was The Endless Night. Look at this, the name, everything is gorgeous about this book. Now, I don't know about others, but when I first started reading it, I found it quite boring in the beginning. I was not into reading that much at that time, so I started with this book and it was quite boring in the beginning, but as I moved forward, the story did catch up, and by the end it just blew my mind because there are so many twist in the end. You will have a hard time catching up because the story starts boring and then just poof, that's how it is. So the story is about Michael Rogers. He is a man, he has a lot of dreams and he couldn't seem to keep up a job, but he has a lot of dreams and he dreams of owning a land called Gypsy Acre. And it seems like all of his dreams have come true when he meets Ellie. Now, who's Ellie? Ellie is a duchess and he marries her. They marry secretly and then they get this gypsy land, and then Ellie dies in between the story, which is very strange, something new, rare for an Agatha Christie book. Usually her characters die in the first few pages, but in this, halfway through the book is when a murder takes place. So you couldn't have guessed who is the one who kills it or whether it's a murder even. So yes, this book has a very chilling element to it and I just love it. It's been 12 years since I read it and I still love it and I still remember the story as good as new. So yes, let's move on to the second book. Now the second book is Murder on the Orient Express. Now, as by the name you can guess that it talks about murder on Orient Express, that is a train. So yeah, this is one of her Poirot series. Now Poirot is a detective which Agatha Christie is famous for the series are famous. So Poirot, yes. So Poirot, it takes a trip to Istanbul, but due to some reason he's summoned back to England. Now on his way he meets his friend who manages to get him a space on Orient Express. Now when he is in the train he meets Ratched, who is very notoriously known. So he comes and asks Poirot for help. He says that he is thinking that somebody must be planning to kill him, and he asks Poirot for help, but Poirot refuses, and clearly the next day Ratched is dead, and you could have never guessed who killed him. I mean, you could have never guessed what happened, who is the murderer. It's so mind-blowing. This book might just give you nightmares because it's so well written and the plot is so well thought of. You must try these 2 books. Okay, so let's move on to the third one. I'm getting excited. Yeah, the third book would be And Then There Were None. Now, this book is my second book from her that I tried and I fell absolutely in love with it as well. So this book starts with Ewan Owen. Now he is an unknown character and he has invited 10 people on an island called Soldier Island. And these 10 people, when they reach the island, they get to see that in their rooms there is a nursery rhyme about 10 soldiers, and that consists of how they have died, the 10 soldiers. So then they are having lunch together, and then suddenly a gramophone record plays, and it accuses them of a murder that each one of them have supposedly committed. And after that, obviously none of them accept it, and after that all of them start dying mysteriously one by one, just like the rhyme of 10 soldiers were. And at the end, everyone dies. Just to tell you, everyone dies. But there is such a huge plot twist. You will not, I don't think anybody would have been able to guess it, because it's been written in such a manner that it leaves no way for you to think, okay, this person might be the murderer. And I think that's fabulous. I think this is the magic that she weaves, and this is what she is capable of. And when the writing style comes, her writing style is quite simple, quite easy to understand, yet quite engaging. So yes, it's quite engaging. And by engaging, the fourth book is quite the one. It's quite the sort of engaging, and that book is Destination Unknown. Now this book is actually the real definition of engaging, because say, like, from the first page you just get stuck on it. I got stuck on it since I started reading it. Like the first 2 pages and I'm hooked. I wanted to know what is happening around. So the story is about few scientists that are disappearing one by one, and Chesop, a detective, he is like looking into the matter, and he couldn't understand that how a scientist has suddenly disappeared. His name is Tom. So how Tom has suddenly disappears, and the story starts with him investigating his wife, and his wife Olive. She is supposed to be so sick of all this and so sad that she decides to take a trip. Now Jessup, he thinks that something is fishy, so he keeps an eye on Olive Betterton. Now Olive, when she goes outside, she's in a flight, and that flight crashes, and unfortunately she dies. And that is where the plot is ekdam turned around. Yes, so Hillary was the name of the woman. So she's another character. Now she is sick. She wants to commit suicide, and because she has been abandoned in her marriage, and she has lost her daughter, so she feels completely broken and is on the brink of taking her life. But Jessup comes and saves the day and tells her that he wants her to pretend to be Olive Betterton and go on the mission, because he thinks that Olive knew where her husband was. So yes, and like the plot starts with something in mind, but it ends with something else, and it's quite amazing how everything just turns and churns. Like what you thought in the beginning was the danger, it turns out to be completely different. So yes, this was amazing. This was really, really engaging, and I think you should give these all a try. Now, for my fifth and last one would be Death Comes as the End. And how I think I love this book because it is set in ancient Egypt. Now, another fun fact about this book is that Agatha Christie had a family friend named Stephen, and he was an Egyptologist, and he was the one to advise or suggest her that she should be making a story that should be set up in ancient Egypt. And he was the one to help her out with the details of the household and everything. So the story is about Imhotep. Now Imhotep is a priest, and he brings in a concubine. A concubine is a mistress. So he brings in a concubine named Nefertiti. And Imhotep has 3 sons and a daughter who is a widow. And as usual, once a concubine comes in the family, there is disruption in the family ties, and when Nefertiti comes, everybody is unhappy. Now, after a few days she's found dead at the edge of the cliff, and everybody is kind of happy that she's gone for good and all. But the daughter, what's her name? I think it's Renison. It's Renison. Renison. His daughter Renaissance, she thinks that it's kind of strange, that she died just like that. So after Nefertiti, suddenly all the members in the family start dying. Oh, I had a brain freeze right there. I'm sorry for that. So suddenly all the members start dying one by one, and everybody thinks it's Nefertiti's spirit that is harming them, but it's not that. And Renison is the one who looks into the matter, and it's quite a journey as you go into the story and investigate who is the murderer. So yes, all these are my top 5 books, and I hope you all like it, and I hope you might give it a try. A few of them might have interested you, or maybe all. Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you'll have a good day. I hope I keep up with uploading from time to time. I'll try to be a bit more what can I say, punctual. Yes. So yes, I hope you all have a good time. Until the next time, take care. Bye.